Hello and welcome back to Devi Daily Yoga for this Yin Yoga session to find tranquility. The sequence we move through today will be focused on calming postures to help slow down the nervous system and to stretch your whole body with passive poses that we'll do for several minutes at a time. This is a practice that's good for all levels, including beginners, with gentle poses that are really focused on just bringing you into an inner sense of connection with yourself. We're going to begin lying down on the back. Let's go ahead and get started. So come onto your back, making sure that you have a comfortable cushion below you, either a yoga mat or a carpet or a folded blanket. And begin with your hands resting on your low belly. Spread your legs out to a comfortable distance and move your body around so that you feel kind of like the floor is hugging you. The parts of your body that are connected to the ground receiving this hug. The backs of your hips, the backs of your ankles, the back of your head, and the backs of your shoulders. And now taking your first big breath into your whole body and let it go. And inhale once again, fill the whole body. Exhale. And one more time, inhale. Interlace your fingers now. Reach the hands up over the head and stretch down long through your legs and the soles of your feet. Inhale a deep breath as you press up through the hands, down through the feet. And exhale, bend your knees, hug them in toward your chest. Gently rocking side to side to help lengthen your low back near the floor. And taking our first yin pose here, this upside down child's pose, simply holding the knees in toward the chest. Your options here are to clasp fingers or have one hand on each knee, or to clasp tighter, maybe the forearms or the elbows. Making sure your head is relaxed. Put a cushion under your head if you feel like you need more support. The legs drawn in enough to create a gentle stretch in the lower back. And breathing into this area. Deep breath to lengthen the lower spine. Exhale. And can you find out where else this pose is affecting your body? Beyond the stretch in the lower back, knowing that the fascia of the body is connected everywhere. Every part of the body is connected to every other part of the body through this fascia network. And every breath that you take affects every part of the fascia network throughout the body. Breathing in to the whole body now. And breathing out. Continuing to soften here. Surrendering into the shape and surrendering into the stillness. And slowly releasing. Extend your legs long down the mat, coming into a rebound pose, which is simply lying on the back in a neutral position. 1 minute here to feel the effects of the upside down child's pose in your body. Arms can be angled out to a comfortable distance so that your shoulders are fully relaxed. Shoulder blades fully relaxed against the floor. Legs, hips fully relaxed so that the energy can flow through the legs and through the hips into the body, into the spine. Take a deep breath into the lower back after stretching. Exhaling. And bending the knees now, placing both feet flat on the ground, getting ready for figure 4 pose. We're going to take the left ankle over the right knee and draw both legs in, threading the left hand through the kind of triangle here that's being created by the legs, clasping behind the thigh or clasping farther in front of the shin, whichever feels more comfortable to you. We'll hold for 2 minutes on each side here, making sure that you have a sense of length in the back of your neck. And if you feel like you need support under your head in order to get this length in the back of the neck, then go ahead and put a cushion or a yoga block under your head. And as you settle into this position, option to explore the legs veering over to the right or veering more over toward the left, with the target area of the left glutes. Left buttocks is where we want to feel a stretch. And it's not uncommon for the arms to be somewhat active here as you hug your legs in, but we want to keep the legs relaxed. We want to keep the hips and the glutes relaxed. When we relax the muscles, that's when the fascia that weaves through the muscles is able to lengthen, is able to be stimulated. And this is what is said to bring these waves of healing energy through the whole body, helping to increase mobility, increase flexibility, and also to simply bring this very deep state of awareness, which is sometimes attributed to the flow of qi from the acupuncture system or the Chinese meridian system. We are stimulating energies in the body, whatever way you want to look at it. There is no doubting that we are moving energy with this practice, directing energy. Taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, go ahead and release the pose. Stretch both legs long, interlacing the fingers and pressing the palms up and away. Inhale. Long body. And now as you exhale, go ahead and bend the knees, taking it into figure 4 on the other side. This is going to be now your right ankle over your left knee. And draw the legs in. Your choice once again if you clasp behind the left thigh or reach farther to hold in front of the shin as you find this stretch in the right glutes. Maybe your legs veer to the right, maybe they veer to the left. Maybe they stay more centered. Inhaling. And as you exhale, feel your body soften and relax even deeper into this shape. Inhale. Exhale. Relax and release into the pose. And slowly now releasing. Once again, extend the legs long, interlace the fingers, press the palms up and away. Inhale your breath. And exhale, bring your arms down to your sides, taking another 1 minute rebound to feel the effects of figure 4 pose in your body. Noticing any particular openness in your outer hips, or anywhere along this outer or lateral line of the body, right side and left side. Breathing into these channels of energy, these meridians of the body. And now bend your knees, hug them into your chest. Wrap the arms around the legs, gently rock side to side. And bring the legs back to center. Place your feet on the floor, this time as wide as your mat, or maybe even a little wider to start. And let's begin with some easy windshield wiper movements. Take both knees over toward the right. You can spread your arms out in a T. And inhale up to center and take both knees over to the left. And as we do this, notice we're keeping the feet planted pretty wide. And as we come back to the first side, the particular thing to focus on is your left knee. Bringing this left knee to the midline in a way that stretches the front of your left hip and the front of your left thigh. Can you feel this kind of back bend that happens here? And now bring the knees back up to center and over to the other side. Same thing, your right knee is coming in toward the midline in a way that we keep the right hip long in the front. And we're gonna stay here and get this foot maybe a little higher up, right foot. You decide where exactly, so that you can feel like hanging out in this stretch here of the front right hip. 2 minutes here. This left foot could stay where it is. You could adjust it slightly so it's more comfortable, or you could even straighten the legs so that if you're familiar with half saddle, whatever you end up in it is some kind of a variation of half saddle pose. Feel free to use your props if you like having a cushion under your back or a bolster for this. Knowing that it's totally fine to have the hips quite uneven here, to have the right hip up, as long as you're getting a stretch in the front of the right thigh. And sometimes people wonder what to do with this right foot. Some people like to point the toes straight back And others like to point the toes out to the side. So you can decide what gives you a better stretch in the front of your right thigh and hip, and also what helps your knee to feel safe. And wherever you've landed, a deep breath into this body. And as you exhale, feel the hips softening, the thigh softening. And slowly releasing, knees come up and finding the other side. So once again, beginning with wide feet, take that windshield wiper tilt of the knees toward the right. And from here, feeling the stretch in the front of the left thigh and hip, and adjusting the placement of the left foot. Maybe you're fine right where you are, or maybe you want to take this left foot farther up toward the outside of the left hip. And the right leg can change its angles as well, or even straighten. The arms could be on the, hands could be resting on the belly, arms could be out to the sides, or even up over your head on the floor. Giving yourself permission to tilt the hips one way or the other, adjust them to and fro till you find what feels good. And from whichever shape you've landed in, draw the breath into the body deeply, all the way to the pelvis. And exhale, relaxing the entire body, letting it melt into the pose, letting it melt into the support of the floor. The sensation created by the pose becomes a magnet for the mind. And especially now as we release, knees coming up to center, finding the rebound, the sensation in the body can become even more pronounced, even more intense. As you spread yourself out, hands could be on the belly or out at your sides, comfortable angles. Notice what energy is moving through you. Notice any sensations that you feel of perhaps tingling or heat, vibration, anywhere in the body. Feeling deeply into these effects of the pose. Bend your knees, please, and hug them into your chest, and lengthening the lower back by rocking side to side. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift your head up toward your knees. And release the head back down as you roll onto the side. Make your way onto your belly for Sphinx pose. And we'll rest on the forearms and elbows, taking our back bend here for 3 minutes with the legs narrower or as wide as your mat or somewhere in between. So take these first few moments to play around with the distance between the feet. And once you've found a comfortable distance that gives you a good sensation in your spine and stretching the skin of the belly, you can let yourself settle down through the front of the hips, the front of the thighs. Breathe in to find some buoyancy of the head lifting up toward the sky. In an effortless way, the shoulders finding their way onto the back. Tops of the feet rest on the floor. Fronts of the legs relax. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, settling the tailbone down into the body. This pose is a little bit more stimulating with the upper body being a little more active. You're pressing down into your elbows to lift up through the head and the spine. Lower body remains relaxed, passive. Steady breath as you continue to enter into the experience of the stillness of this pose. Deeper and deeper. And now slowly releasing and slowly press your body up and back into child's pose for 1 minute, taking the rebound this time in child's pose. Your knees maybe about shoulder width apart or slightly wider or narrower as you choose. Forehead to the earth, arms stretched out in front of you. Feeling the back bending in the opposite direction. Inhale into the low back. And exhale, lengthen the back. And slowly now rising up, sitting over to one side of the feet to bring your legs out in front of you. Taking half butterfly with the left leg forward and the right leg bent in. So this is our one-legged seated forward bend, and you might want to have a cushion under your seat for this. So take the time that you need to arrange a cushion under your body And let me get my timer set because we are doing 4 minutes on each side for this one. So as you come forward, take the time to see exactly what angle your body wants to be at today. And this is kind of a process of finding where's the tension in the body, where's the tension in the leg and in the back of the spine. And so your hands might be walking more to the inside of the leg, more toward the right, or they might come more directly over the leg or even slightly farther to the side. What we want to go for is a kind of even sense of stretching the fascia in the leg and the back. Taking a longer hold for this forward bend on both sides, 4 minutes on each side, because forward bends are just so deeply relaxing and calming for the system. If you come down pretty close to the floor, you could be exploring a bolster underneath your chest or your forehead or any other cushioning or support like blocks. Wherever you are now, feel the breath come into the body. And exhale and feel the body soften into the pose more deeply. And with your next breath in, can you feel the rib cage expanding toward the back and toward the sides? And as you exhale, can you feel the hamstrings on the back of your left thigh lengthening and softening? And with your next breath, feeling the back of the neck lengthen. And as you exhale this breath, this gesture of the head bowing, the back of the neck long, the forehead dipping in toward the body. This is kind of a ritual of bowing toward the self. Bowing to your inner nature and honoring all that you've been through, honoring all that this body has done to carry you through, and honoring all that this heart and mind have done to support this being. Softening now this entire being. Slowly now releasing, bringing the spine upright, changing the legs, right leg forward, left leg bent. And coming forward, once again, taking time to find the right angles of the body, right over the leg, or slightly inside, or even more over toward the left, or more toward the right. Your hands might be just resting on the floor, your elbows might be resting on the floor, or you might be resting hands on shin or hands on foot. And wherever you are, wherever your hands are, whatever angle your body has taken. Inhale into the back of the ribs. And exhale, soften and relax the ribs, the sides of the ribs. And inhaling into the back of the leg, the hamstrings. As you exhale, feel the hamstrings lengthening, softening. And with the next breath, puffing up the area of the middle back, lengthening the back of your neck. And with the exhale, this bowing to the self, forehead comes in toward the body, honoring yourself, honoring your body, honoring everything that this body's been through. And when this practice brings up emotions, know that this is a natural thing, that this is a time when the body becomes such a safe place and the mind comes into such a calm place that your brain chooses this time for difficult memories or thoughts or tears to come. And this is a safe time to let those experiences be expressed, be felt. Let's once again take a deep breath into the whole body. And with the exhale, completely surrendering into this shape. And now slowly coming up, and slowly find your way all the way onto the back, taking a rebound position, any comfortable position on your back this time. 1 minute to rest. Bending the knees and hugging them into your chest. Gently rock side to side. And now extend your legs long, coming into banana pose, where we curve the whole body, taking both feet over toward the bottom right corner of your mat. Place your left ankle over top of your right ankle, and take both arms up and over toward the top right corner of the mat. And right hand can grab around the left wrist and gently lengthen the left side of the body. And now you can just kind of shimmy yourself around to feel the stretches in the side of the body. We want to feel an extension of the whole left side from the left armpit to the left ribs, left waist, left outer hip, and down the outside of the left leg. Feel free to modify your arm position to make it work for you. And with your next breath, inhale into the whole left side of the body. And exhale, softening side of the ribs, side of the waist. Each breath, each exhalation, an invitation to melt into the pose and to melt into the support of the floor a little bit more. Slowly now releasing, come back to center, release the arms down to your sides, and take 3 breaths here at the center, feeling your body bouncing back after banana pose on the first side. Notice the difference between right and left sides. Breathing. And now second side, both legs come over toward the bottom left corner of the mat, right ankle over the left ankle, and both arms over the head and toward your left side of your mat. Left hand grabs around the right wrist or any arrangement of the arms that you like. Some people like to hold opposite elbows here. Making sure you arrange yourself so you feel enough sensation. Sometimes that means bumping the right hip farther out to the right and kind of inching the upper body farther over toward the left. Deep breath in now to the whole right side of the body, armpit, ribs, waist, outer hip. Exhaling, melting into the support of the floor. Surrendering here. Soften the whole body as you breathe. And slowly now coming back to the center, taking a rebound for 1 minute now. Arms out at the sides, legs comfortably separated. Inhale into the whole body. Exhale, soften the whole body. Entering deeper into awareness. Entering deeper into feeling. Bending the knees now, hug them into the chest. Rock side to side, feeling the lower back. And take it into spinal twist now. So touch both feet to the floor to adjust your hips. Lift the hips, place them a few inches over to the left. Take the knees in, drop them both over to the right. And extend your left arm back toward the left. 3 minutes here. Right hand anchors the legs down. Or any version or variation on spinal twist, on yin spinal twist that you are familiar with. Please feel free to do what feels good right now. Twisting your spine. This practice has included forward bends, backward bends, side bends, hip stretches, and now our last portion here is twisting. Kind of tuning up the energy system to help the body and mind to calibrate and to come into balance and harmony. This practice often brings up from the physical stretches an emotional or mental calibration, we could call it, that is when we find something, some stuck energy in the body that relates to a thought, a memory, a difficulty, or an emotion. And by moving through these stuck places in the physical body, we can start to move through them in the emotional body, in the heart. And this is where true tranquility comes from. So as this energy flows freely, as we clear the system of whatever's not needed, as we attend to whatever thoughts and feelings need attention, finding a gentle breath to move through all of it with. Slowly now, release the twist, bring the knees up to the center, and slowly shift to the other side, hips to the right, knees up and over to the left. Extending the right arm out to the right. Left hand on the knees, or any version or variation that you like. Making the postures work for your body so that you can relax into the shape. And a deep breath now into the ribs and into the spine. And as you continue to soften into this pose, can you sense into the deeper layers of awareness any emotional energy, any thoughts or feelings that are ready to come through in this moment of safety, in this moment of calm? How is the mind responding to what the body is doing? And how is the heart responding to what the body is doing? breathing in and letting it go. And bring the knees up to the center now. And slowly and gently find your way into Shavasana, final relaxation. Make yourself comfortable, adding any props or support that you need to be comfortable here. And as we began with the back body nestling against the ground, now making any final adjustments so that you can feel the sense that you're being hugged by the earth. Through these places of connection, the back of the heels, the back of the hips, the back of the shoulder blades, the back of the head. And as you inhale, can you feel the front of your body expand? As you exhale, can you feel these points of contact being hugged against the earth, softening into the earth deeper and deeper? And now drawing your next breath into the body to fill your ribs, your belly, your back, your heart. Exhaling through the whole body, hands and feet, arms and legs. Inhaling once again into the whole body, front, sides, and back. Exhale, whole body softening. Wiggle now through your fingers and toes, stretch out through your arms and legs, and gently bend your knees, roll over onto one side, and very slowly and gently come up to a seated position for meditation. Make yourself comfortable with a cushion under your seat if you need it, or leaning back against a wall. And feeling the energy of the body now that the spine is upright for the first time during this practice. Notice the energies of the spine. And can you breathe into every one of your vertebrae? And can you breathe out from the spaces between the vertebrae? Knowing that this spinal column houses the spinal cord, the brain and the spine, which is where the chakras live, which is where the energy body resides. And can you sense what parts of the spine are alive right now? Can you sense any particular energy, any particular feeling of aliveness? Knowing that this is your doorway into deeper connection with self, deeper knowing, and expanded awareness. And your next breath, breathing in a fully expansive breath, breathing as if you could breathe in the whole universe. And exhale, connecting this universe energy down through your sitting bones, anchoring it into the earth. Next breath in, your whole body expanding, as big as the universe. And exhale, contracting this body so that it comes in to this place at the heart where the palms now come to meet. And here, holding the heart space in the palms of the hands, as we chant Om 3 times, finding your most tranquil, most calm Om that you've ever created before. Whether you're chanting silently in your space, or if you can chant aloud, joining me with your voice or with your mind. Inhale. Om. 2 more times. And that closes today's session. Thank you so much for spending your time on the mat with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave me a quick note below. I love hearing from you all in the comments, and hit the thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you hear about my next video that comes out. And thanks again for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you next time.